Oh yeah! Cream of the crop! Devil Dog Gaming! Snap into it! It's time to do some tomb raiding. Holy crap! That is a ton of Trinity soldiers there. How in the hell am I going to get past them? Aha! I got an idea. I'll blend in. I'll use camouflage. I'll take this mud right here. I'll cover myself in the mud, and they won't be able to find me. Yes, I'll blend right in. They'll never find me. I'll get some more of this mud. Cover my arms with it too. There we go. There we go. They'll never see me now, and they'll... What the hell's that smell? What the hell? Oh! This isn't mud! This is elephant poop! Hello everybody, it's me, Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I'm back with another review. This time I'm reviewing Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It was published by Square Enix and developed by Eidos Montreal and Crystal Dynamics, and was just released on September 14th of 2018 for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, and the PC. Sorry people, there will not be a Switch version of this. It is a third-person action-adventure game where you play as Laura Croft roughly 2 months after the end of the last game, Rise of the Tomb Raider. This time you're in South America battling against the evil organization Trinity while racing to stop a Mayan apocalypse that Laura herself started. The game world consists of 2 giant central hubs that you explore doing side quests, crafting, gathering materials, and exploring different tombs, with several semi-open world side hubs connected to that you can explore. A new bartering system has been added for trading items, weapons, and salvaging parts, and swimming has been vastly improved, with Laura now being able to find air pockets to stay underwater longer, fight underwater, and the underwater areas are downright friggin' huge and almost like tombs in their own right. Stealth has been greatly upgraded. Now you can use mud to camouflage yourself, vines to hide behind, and also you can lose enemies by escaping their line of sight and then sneak up behind them and kill them, stealth kill-wise, which is pretty dang impressive. You can now rappel using a rope that you attach along with your climbing axe, and Laura is much more vicious this time, killing enemies with a badass knife like Rambo. Huh? What the hell is that? There's way more tombs to explore with a huge amount of different options and difficulty options right from the start, with scaling difficulty where you can actually go and change the difficulty of just about every aspect, from the puzzles to the enemy AI, and you'll have like these walls that are painted in white on easy. If you want to make it difficult, you can turn that off to where you won't have any sort of markings at all. They'll actually make it a lot more difficult with that and the puzzles as well. Now the PC version gets it's a lot of different graphics choices. I mean, if you have some really high-end PCs, you can even go with different ray lighting and everything else on the PC version. I mean, in the PS4 Pro version, you do have a choice of upgrading your frames per second or your overall resolution. So a couple different graphic choices, but not really that special. Now this game will take you roughly about 15 hours long, probably a little longer if you try doing everything, and for $60 it's not that bad, and it does come with a new game plus mode that allows you to carry everything over through the game again. Now of course you can't have a game like this without having DLCs, and they are planning 7 different DLCs that are known as paths. Now, some of them sound rather intriguing with the ability to actually play some co-op in them. I'll have to wait until I see that. Once again, I did not buy the season pass because I don't believe in buying something before I actually see it. Now, as you play through this game, Laura does have skill trees that you can upgrade at camps. They are the Warrior skill tree, where you can upgrade precision, your grip, resist damage from enemies and stuff like that. Seeker allows you to reveal traps, find hearts of enemies, and reveal artifacts. And Scavenger allows you for physical upgrades, holding your breath, and speed. Naturally, the hunting animals does return in this for materials as well, and there are no vehicles in this game. It is strictly by the bones, a classic Tomb Raider style game. I mean, honestly, it's got some good highlights to it, and actually it's got some lowlights to it as well. And it even has the feature of having the native people speak in their native language. You can turn that on and off if you want, but to make it more authentic, you can actually have it to where they speak their own language. Ah, cool. A vendor. Excuse me, miss? Miss? Can I trade you this stunning gemerald that I found in a tomb over there for some ammo for my pistols? I got some guys shooting at me. What? I don't understand. Does anyone around here speak English? No offense to you, I know I'm in a different country. I should have thought about this and brought an interpreter. Can I trade you? Wait a minute. I'll turn the captions on. Oh, okay, that'll work. Here you go. Thank you. Now, the AI of the enemies seems to be the same from the last game. So, I mean, if you were expecting some sort of different AI, they did not change the AI in it. The overall plot is kind of convoluted. I personally, it's still a playable game, but I kind of found, my personal opinion is the plot was kind of underwhelming. It does have a good start to it, but other than that, the plot is kind of boring. The main boss, honestly, he just comes off as a joke. I wasn't, intimidated by this guy at all. And, I can't help but say that the entire game takes place in a jungle. You're going to have very few parts where you're actually getting out of the jungle. I mean, the tombs and the overall puzzles that you have to do and go through, this is a very tomb heavy game, very tomb raiding heavy game, which is good because if you like the exploration of all the tombs and collectibles from the last game, they have really went out with this a lot. In fact, this game focuses more heavily on tomb raiding and stealth mechanics. There are still parts where you can get into gun battles and everything, but for the most part, they center upon you being more sneaky and less over-the-top massive gun battles. Now, the voice acting for the NPCs I found to be kind of a really low par, really poor. I mean, Laura's voice and her buddy's voice are fantastic. The voice actors do a great job there, but the NPC's voice acting I think is really corny and not that good. The overall sound quality of this game is fantastic when you're out and about fighting enemies and running through these different tombs and crypts. You will have a great musical score going on that really builds with excitement. There are several main big set pieces moments similar to an Uncharted series. And oddly enough, when you're underwater, the underwater aspects are very downright not claustrophobic because they're huge underwater areas, but you'll have to deal with some aspects on that I found rather annoying. All I can say with that is piranhas. When you get to the piranhas, you'll know what I mean when I say downright annoying for underwater. Now, as for that, I would have to say this game is not really any different than the last game. It does focus more heavily on tomb raiding and more on the stealth mechanics. So if you were expecting a drastic change from the last game, you're not going to get much different in this, other than the fact that Laura does evolve as a character, and she, near the end of this game, does become the badass Tomb Raider we know and love, because this is the third and final part of the reimagining of the first trilogy that explains Laura Croft and how she became what she is, and that we all know and love. In the end, for $60, I would say it's definitely not a bad game. It's definitely fun. If you were not a fan of the original Tomb Raider reboots, then you're not going to like this one. This doesn't really reinvent the wheel. It just kind of puts some new hubcaps on it, so to say. The graphics are fantastic. The animation is really good. Overall, it is a really fun game and good. But I found that the skill trees seem to be kind of too small and too easy to fill up. And other than that, the only thing else I got to nitpick on is the NPC voice acting. Other than that, it is a grand, epic adventure. It is worthwhile the $60 price tag, and I would say recommend holding off on buying the season pass until you know what all these, quote, path DLCs are going to be. I mean, until you know what it is, you don't know what you're getting. But the idea and the possibility of some of these being co-op is kind of intriguing, because there are parts in the single-player game where it screams that if you had a co-op buddy with you, it would be really, really good. All in all, I would have to say this is definitely a pickup game. Go and rent it if you want to. It's not really going to be something I'd say you can pass on. If you like the other Tomb Raiders, you'll like this one. Just don't expect anything spectacular over the fact that it is still a good game, a good structure game, and overall, not really too many glitches. But in the end, I could say go ahead and pick it up. You'll probably have a good time raiding these tombs. And this was Nate, aka Devil Dog, and I want to say thank you for everyone who subscribes to my channel. I want to say thank you for everyone who watches this video. Please leave a comment below if you actually liked this game or not, and if you thought my review was any good. And I always end my videos by saying, have fun, play hard, and remember, people, the devil is in the details.